Okay, so my name is Jenny Hawran. I have lived in Windsor my entire life, except for 2 years when my family moved to South Windsor. I went to John F. Kennedy School for kindergarten through 6th grade at the time. Then we moved to South Windsor for 2 years. When I came back, I went to Sage Park, which was a junior high at the time. And I went there for 9th grade. And then I went to Windsor High School, where we are, from 10th to 11th grade. My favorite teachers, it's one of your questions, is without a doubt my 5th grade teacher, Barbara Belzer. She recently passed away, I think in 2019. A bunch of us reconnected with her on Facebook. We were her first class. So I think that's why think of how many kids she probably had in her career. But we reconnected, and she was just as wonderful then. She was very encouraging and wonderful. Do you think that's too loud still?
I'm not sure. Should I turn it on?
I don't think so. I think we're good. I just didn't know. You were looking over there, so. Oh. So my Windsor story is, I've told this to people before, is about Bart's. So when I'm the youngest of 5, and when my dad, we lived on Diana Lane, which is off of Mattianic and Robin Road. And when my dad, his favorite thing was to go down to Bart's for a milkshake and cheeseburger. And so it was a treat when I would get to go along with him. So in those days, one side of Bart's was what it is now, with the fast food and the counter and all that. The other side was a little convenience store. And you could get all kinds of things over there, candy and fishing tackle and all kinds of bizarre combination of things. And my fondest memory of that is that when we would go to Bart's, I couldn't see over the counter. So I would look up, and it's kind of gross, but I would see everybody's gum underneath the counter. And I would just look at it, and my dad would order me a strawberry milkshake, which I could never finish because they were huge. He would order a coffee milkshake. And while they were making it, he would give me 5 pennies. And he said, okay, he goes, you can go next door and get some candy. So there was a connecting door just like there is now. At one point they actually had closed that door off, but at that point you could still walk through. And so I would walk over there, and so I was like 5 years old, and I got to pick out penny candy all by myself, and I got to go up, and I'd put the candy down. I'd pick bazooka, like a couple of bazooka gums, because they had the little comics in it, and I loved that. And I would pick usually like a fireball, and then I would pick usually a couple of Tootsie Rolls. And I remember going up to the counter, and I put the candy down, and then I put the 5 pennies down, so I was paying, felt very grown up. And Bart Dillon's wife, Carol Dillon, I just remember her. She was very motherly and very sweet, but she was so glamorous to me because she had this big poofy blonde hair and all this beautiful makeup, and she had this pink lipstick, and I just remember her so clearly. And she would count out the pennies, and she'd say, okay, you're all set. And I'd take my candy and I'd go back, and my milkshake was ready at that point. And so that's a really happy memory I have, spending time with my dad and being at Bart's, and the fact that Bart's is still there and open is just, it's a wonderful thing about Windsor, that Windsor has supported it all these years. So that's my story.
That was great.
Thank you.